Hi everyone, welcome to our 1990 Chevy G20 camper van. We just converted it this past couple years, and now we are taking it full-time on the road for a couple months all around the United States. We are fully kitted out now, fully packed up. We leave tomorrow morning, so I just wanted to give you guys a little tour of this amazing home on wheels that we created. Just some behind the scenes of what we have going on in here, because I watched a lot of videos like this on how to design this van for ourselves, and I think it will be really cool to give back what I utilized while creating this van. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're gonna come on in here. We're gonna take a look at the front cab area. We kept a lot of it original other than the headliner. We made with the cedar tongue and groove as well, and added a few other things like cup holders because we did not have those. So we'll go to the front, check that out. All right, so on the front here, we just have our original front area, original steering wheel. It's got the Choo Choo Custom train on it. Choo Choo Customs was who did the original conversion. That's why we call our van lovingly Caboose, because it may be at the back of the pack, but she chugs along. So we stuck with that train theme, so we didn't take that off, and I think it's pretty cool. The horn does not work though, so don't tell anyone that. Like I said, we put cup holders in. These were original, but we had to do a little dowel. But we also put in a nice reverse camera for when we back up into places we'll be able to see, as well as Apple CarPlay, which is nice. Our tried and true Atlas for when we are destined to be in areas without service, which would be nice for that, and a garbage can snack holder. And the best part of the cab that Scout would say is Scout has his amazing little dog bed with his cooling mat on it and all of his toys. So that is the front area. Nothing too crazy. So we'll head back into the kitchen. All right, so back in this area, first off, we have this nice shelf with our toothbrush holder, everything we would need for our sink, which we do have a sink, and guess what? Running water. I don't want to waste the water, but that is super nice. This was a salad bowl that we had Spencer's brother cut a hole in, which was awesome for a very cheap, nice sink. And a disco ball, of course. Down below is all of our water area. We have this insulated so that way the water will hopefully stay cool. This is our gray water system, and if you look back there, that is the water pump. That is with a switch, and of course a fire extinguisher, because this is an old van and you never know. So better safe than sorry. As well, above the sink area, we have our nice 12-volt Bluetooth speakers, so that way we can listen to stuff on the road, as well as when we're parked somewhere and we want some quiet music, we can turn that on, as it is all hooked up to our electrical system. So going over here, this countertop is actually a thrift store find. It was an outdoor table that we cut into and made a nice butcher block countertop, which was a score. It was only like $10, and we cut down the table. But one thing that was unfortunate was there was a hole in the table right here. If you want to zoom in on that. And that is where the umbrella was supposed to be for the outdoor table. So this soap dispenser fit perfectly in here. So that way we can always have soap without it falling off when we're driving. Okay, the rest of the cabinetry was also created by us with some plywood and 1x3s. The top drawer, we just have our utensils, junk drawer type deal with other tools. The second one is all of our dishware, our pots and pans, our picnic table covers, things like that. And our third drawer is kind of a catch-all. Our nice handheld vacuum, the teapot, and random other stuff as well. Over here we have a drop down, as you'll see. This is kind of more pantry, like cans, dry goods, etc. And then we'll hop up here, our nice towel holder, miscellaneous electronic thing, tea, coffee, of course, and this little mini AC system and a little like medicine drawer type deal. If you go over here, we have our drop down food pantry as well. I'm sure this will be stuffed full with more dry goods, chips, Oreos perhaps, other cool things that we can eat that we don't need to refrigerate. Speaking of refrigerate, you look here, this nice seat, which is nice for putting your shoes on or whatever else, just hanging out. If you lift this up, we have our Bouge RV 12-volt fridge that is plugged into the electrical system as well, that we can set the temperatures and keeps all of our stuff nice and cool on those hot days, which this little box is pretty neat, so that way we can sit on it. It also keeps it insulated. We have this little hidden door so we can easily get it out without having to lift this heavy thing up. So very cool invention, and we'll show you later. It actually is an addition to our bed, which is really cool. So now onto our bed system. Really cool bed system that I haven't seen anywhere else because we had to kind of modify things. And so it's very unique, and we'll see if it works, but very excited about it. If you go here, this is a lift up type of deal to keep our big drawer from sliding open when we stop. This big drawer, Spencer doesn't have his stuff in it yet, has all of our clothes and wearables in here, which is on some slides. And then I'll show you what this means in a second, but we'll go down here to this power system. So if you look here, the power system is run off of this massive Bluetti, which has the input for solar going into here, and then we have our output, which is on a cigarette lighter, which is connected, I don't know if you can see back there, with a fuse panel, which everything is wired to, and all with one input into here. So that is our Bluetti. We also have a backup one charging on the other solar panel back here, so when this one starts getting low, we can swap them out, and we will always have 2 battery packs going at once. As well, we have our Starlink tucked away here, so we will always have internet wherever we go, hopefully. So back up to our bed system. This was a trial and error. We've done a lot of weekend warrior camping where we go for weekend trips, and we found out, since I'm very tall, I'm 5'11", laying this way is doable, but really it is kind of squished, so we wanted a way to lay this way as well. And so what I had this idea we came up with, so you undo this, you pop these out, which lock into place, put it down like that. Now you have an extension of the bed. We take this bed plug, which is custom made, put it on here. Now our bed just got a heck of a lot longer to lay this way, which is really super nice because we are very tall. Like, we cannot stand up in this van, so it'll be very nice to sleep this way, especially after long hikes and we want to stretch our legs out. So that is a super cool feature. So along with that extended bed feature, we also have storage in the bed itself. I did see this on YouTube, and maybe I'll be able to link it in the bio, but what they do is they have this pop-up utilizing the space underneath, and it has a built-in area. So this built-in area here has all of our window covers, which would be super nice, as well as other little things that we want hidden away, which will be super nice for more storage underneath the bed, which is super cool. Not many beds have this feature, but we're really excited that we do. As well, if you look here, this you lift up. This is going to be our dirty laundry hamper. That is the wheel well area, so kind of a dead zone, dead space, and it'll be super nice to put our dirty clothes in one area before we go to laundromats and wash our clothes. On the bed, one of the VanLife hacks that I did see and I'm super excited about is that some people take pillowcase covers with zippers and they utilize them as storage, which I'm super excited about because I was able to bring along my crochet project, which I'm making a crochet blanket. So all of this is yarn and finished squares. So I'm very excited to be bringing this along. It sits there. I mean, you could definitely use it to lay on. It's a little lumpy, but more so it's just to have storage in plain sight. And super excited about that. If you look over here at this little tiny white box here, this is called a necto, which Scout is going to be very excited about, as well as us, because the way that this works is this is a digital thermometer hooked up to our phone, so that way we can check the temperature of the van when we leave to go take a shower or grocery shop. A lot of the time we're going to make sure that wherever we're going, we're bringing Scout with, but if there is a moment where we need to leave Scout in the van, we want to make sure that the van is going to stay cool enough for him so he doesn't get hurt. So what this does is we can set a max temperature, say like 80 degrees. If the van gets hotter than 80 degrees in here, it'll alert our phones and let us know like, hey, Scout's getting pretty hot. As well, it'd be super nice just to be able to check what temperature is in here. So pretty cool feature. So pretty stoked about that. As well as another feature over here. Over here we have our light. We have, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 8 12-volt lights up on the ceiling, which is super bright in here, which is super nice. Controlled by this switch here. As well, we have a max air fan, 12-volt fan hooked up to our power system. It can exhaust or bring air in. So a lot of people like the pull air out because it takes all that hot air that's resting up here out, and we're able to kind of get a really nice airflow going. So that is a super nice feature with a cover. So if we're parked at a Walmart parking lot and those overhead lights, we're able to have it dark in here without the lights coming in through there. Talking about the ceiling, I have to mention this. This is our United States map. The ones filled in are the ones that we have visited. I have gone to all of these states. Right here are the ones that I have not gone to. And so as we go to different states, we'll be able to take them out of the drawer here, super glue them into the spot, and check more states off. So I'm very excited about this. It's kind of a visual map of all of our travels. I've had this in the house, and now it's going to be living in the van, which is just a really cool feature. Along with cool features right here rolled up, we have the bug nets. We have the bug net on the back that you may have noticed, but now we also have the bug net over here, so that way these can be unclipped, rolled down, and then velcroed to the side, and then in the middle is magnets, so then that way we can come in and out and the magnets keep it together, but then it's easy to bring things in and out with that down. So it'll be really nice to have some airflow, a lot of really good airflow without bugs, because I don't like mosquitoes. One last thing in the back is this shelf that is built in. It just has a whole bunch of little things. It has our projector in it for when we want to have movie nights. We can take the projector out, hook it up to Netflix or our our Switch and play some games on, which super excited about that. I have our rock sea glass collection jar, being able to fill that up on our adventures, a journal, Polaroid, and some books. So just some nice knickknacks back there, my knickknack shelf. And we're going to go ahead back towards the garage and see what we have back there. One thing I feel I need to mention, because this may be the most asked question, is where do we go to the bathroom in here? And the real answer is we don't have a toilet system built into the van, but we do have what's called a cassette toilet right here with, it's called poo gel, that you can put into the cassette toilet with different bags as well as toilet paper. So if in the middle of the night, if something needs to be done, you pull that out and you're able to do that. But you would be very surprised by how many public restrooms there are in the United States, gas stations, gyms, parks, etc. Finding a toilet and somewhere to do your business is really quite easy. The difficult thing of van life is trying to find, number one, where to shower, number two, where to fill up your water tanks. But toilets, thankfully, are not too big of an issue. So this is what we're calling our garage space. Super cool area because we have all sorts of storage down here. If you look on this door here, we have this net. We cut out the door and built in this nice shelf with nets. So it's got bug spray, Scouts bug spray, sunscreen, his frisbee, and a couple toys. And we also have some stickers from places we love, and we can't wait to add on for more of them, and we'll probably run out of room, but that is a good problem to have. On this side, we've got hat storage, big hat person, so very excited about having designated area for the hats, and Scouts collapsible bowls for when we go hiking. Like I mentioned before, this is the bug screen. It has a magnet right here, so it magnets back, and we have a lead core rope at the bottom to be able to hold that down. So if you open this up, this is the garage area. So we have the same storage from the front to the back. If you look here, you lift this up, and in here we've just got miscellaneous things. Our filter for filling up on taps, our hiking poles, yoga mat, hammock, a dishwashing basin, cutting board, and then our camp stove. So we can bring this camp stove and cook inside, or we can take it outside, or really cool feature that I had forgotten about until recently, we installed. This is the leftover part of the table counter that we use from the thrift store. We installed this nice long table. So if we're somewhere like Bureau of Land Management land that doesn't have a picnic table or anywhere to cook, we don't want to cook inside, it's nice out, we don't want that food fumes inside, we're able to do our cooking right here, which is going to be super nice. So let's pop that down. That's more storage. Back here we have some pretty deep storage. If you want to look, we've got one huge tote here. Back there we have Scouts food, climbing gear, as well as a whole ratchet set and drills and other tools that we're bringing along. And right here we have some more water storage. So right here we have 22 liters of water that we can use for dishwashing, washing hands, whatever else, or if we need to fill up the water up front. So we'll be able to boondock and be off-grid for a little while without feeling like we have limited water. We also got a nice first aid kit that is back there. Hopefully we will never have to use it, but we have a pet first aid kit and then first aid kit for ourselves. And Scout's prized possession, his food, is back here as well. We can't forget that. This is more storage, more outdoor gear for hiking. We have our hiking shoes, hiking backpacks, other miscellaneous things is in this tote as well. Over on this side, we have a pop-up toilet, shower, restroom area. We do have a solar shower available for if we want to set this up. We can put the solar shower, hang it, and be able to give ourselves a shower in this with privacy, which will be super nice. Back here, this tote is lovingly called our Oh Shit Kit. It's got our fluids as well as jumper cables, a battery pack jumper in case there's nobody nearby that can jump us. We can jump ourselves. Duct tape, other miscellaneous, a jack, tire fixing kit, things like that where it's an oh shit, we need to fix something on the road. We're able to do it because I'm aware this van is older than myself. This is a 36-year-old van. I am 26, so there's bound to be breakdowns, things happening. So we've got our kit, our socket set, and other things good to go. So hopefully we'll be able to do a lot of oh shit fixing. As well, back in there, we also have our camp chairs, our outdoor rug, and a camp table. So that way we will be able to set up shop. Also, if you didn't notice on the introduction B-roll, we have a nice awning that will be able to extend and have a really big living space where we'll be able to put those camp chairs, that rug and table out and have a nice living space. It will just extend our living area by a whole bunch on those nice days. As well, I should probably mention to make our moms happy. Hi, Mom. That we have a carbon monoxide alarm down here, so that way if there is any carbon monoxide, which it shouldn't be because we don't have any type of propane or anything in here because we don't have our diesel heater installed just quite yet because we haven't done any winter camping with it, but it is just something nice to have. So carbon monoxide alarm is installed down here, batteries are in, so just another safety precaution along with that fire extinguisher. So on the back here, we have our spare tire, which hopefully we won't have to use because I have no idea how to get the cover off, but that would be a whole other issue that I'm hoping that we don't have to worry about. On the spare tire cover, we have this spare tire bag, which would be nice for putting stinky things like any dirty laundry or garbage. If we can't get to somewhere where we can get rid of our garbage, we can put this back here. Things that we wouldn't mind getting stolen because it is on the outside. There's no locking mechanism. But if you look in here, I'll show you. It's very deep, has plenty of room, and it's got two holes, two grommet holes at the bottom. So if it rains, the rain just goes right through and dries right up. So if we have swimsuits that we don't want to bring, but we're going somewhere, we don't want to bring in the van, or life jackets, which we also have on the other wheel well, is our life jackets for the dog and ourselves. So we can go in bodies of water and swim safely. So if those are all wet, we can store them out here, drive to our campsite or whatever without bringing them inside the van and getting it all wet, or like I said, trash before we can find somewhere to dump that off. We're able to put it in here. So we got the original ladder here, so we'll hop on up. One note, we got one less Sprinter, had to include that. It's just a fun saying because there's a lot of Sprinter vans, can't afford a Sprinter van, so 36-year-old caboose, one less Sprinter. She has character, that's for sure. So we'll hop on up here. I will show you the solar panels up here. I'm taking the camera here. This is the solar panel setup. We like to say if we can't see it, we don't worry about it. These are flex panels. We have one flex panel back here, which is 200 watts. It is liquid nailed, screwed, and we have our butyl tape. I believe that's what it's called, or RV roof tape along it as well, so it's very secure. If you know us and you've heard the story, we did have a rigid panel on here. We went on the Enchanted Highway in North Dakota coming back from Theodore Roosevelt National Park, and we actually lost it on the Enchanted Highway. So if you're on the Enchanted Highway, look out for a 200 watt rigid solar panel. We lost it about a year or so ago, and it's long gone by now. So we decided to go with this flex panel option, and so far it's working pretty good. This is the input into the van that goes down our max air fan right here, and then I will bring you to the front to the other panel. So like I said, we have the 200 watt in the back, And this in the front here is our 100-watt panel fixed directly to the van, which is very nice. That has a separate input, so you have two ways of charging our Bluetti battery pack. So in total we have 300 watts of solar power, which we'll see if that will be enough. Otherwise we're able to use shore power. If we're at a campsite, we can plug directly into the electricity that way. But the solar panels will be super nice for when we're on the move, on the road, we're able to charge our stuff as well. And we have our skylights, which is super exciting that this turtle top van has that. It's not very common that they have the skylights, so very excited about still having those there. So that is pretty much the van tour. I'm sure I forgot a few things here and there. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below and I'll be able to answer them as best as I can. I really nerded out about van life, camper van conversions, making these vans into what we did. It's been a labor of love, and I couldn't do it without my dad, Spencer's mom, Spencer, my mom, and other people who have helped along the way. It really was a labor of love, and it turned out amazingly. We did this a couple years ago, 2 years ago. I bought this off of Facebook Marketplace from a random guy for quite cheap. It was $2,200 for this 1990 Chevy G20. We put a couple grand into it for the conversion, but we really got a steal of a deal, and we're going to make lifelong memories, and I'm very excited about that. As for mechanical, it's been looked over by a couple mechanics. We had some things that needed to be fixed, like the sway arms, as well as the steering column was broken, so the steering was all weird, so we got a new steering column, blower motor replacement, as well as new belts, repacked all of the bearings, and a few more like little things, but there's never been anything too big mechanically. It's been pretty mechanically sound, knock on wood. It has 150,000 miles, so decent amount, but we've just had it looked over by a mechanic. They gave us the go-ahead for the trip check, so hopefully it should be able to last for a long time. Overall, she's mechanically sound, and then we have this really cool build out that we did on her, and I couldn't imagine adding anything else, really. We really made it a home, as you can see. Like, we've added the rope, which is really a cool touch to kind of hide the seams, the rope. We added Moroccan tiles back here. We've got the disco ball, the fake plants, the incense holder, the marine carpet on the floor to get rid of the blue shag carpet, which had about 50 pounds of sand and dirt in it, and just little wood details, and really made it a home. So I can't ask for more, and I'm very excited to see where we take this. So follow along on our journey. I am on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, which, if you know me in my personal life, you probably already have me, but if you'd like to follow along, I will be sure to add those links in the bio of this YouTube video. And yeah, I think that's about it. Sure, I missed some stuff, but thanks for coming along to our van tour. Spencer, what do you have to say about the van?
I'm just really excited for this trip and very proud of what we've done over the past couple of years. And I'm just looking forward to making lifelong memories.